Hello again, and welcome to the second section of our little tutorial for the VisualMod.net software. Here we have the same small area that we created in the first section. We have the entrance, and the further inside, the above room, and yada yada yada. La la la, hoo-ha. And here's a couple of things I forgot to mention in the first section. Let's start with what these little green dots are. The green dots indicate that there is an exit leading up or down from the room. If the green dot is to the top right of the room in the display, it means that there's an exit up, like in this room. And over here we have the green dot to the bottom left of the display, and that means that there's an exit down. Just like we can see here, there's an exit down. Woohoo! Yay! And here's an exit up. Woohoo! Wow. Okay, the next thing I forgot to mention about creating exits is that, let's say you have like some sort of corridor space like funny like this. You can more easily create exits between these rooms by just first pressing the first room and then holding down your mouse and dragging it over the route you want to create the exits to in. Like this. Isn't that fun? Okay, and with the selection tool, if you have a group of rooms selected, if you hold down the Shift key, you can select more rooms without clearing your previous selections. And now that you have a bunch of rooms selected, you can delete them by either right-clicking on the grid and selecting delete, or pressing delete on your keyboard, like this. Yay! Alrighty, what else? Okay, yeah. You can also create one-way exits using the Connect Rooms tool by clicking the one-way exit checkbox. Like this. We can now create one-way exits, which are all sorts of fun and nice. Yay! The weird-looking doo-doo thing means that there, yeah, let me rephrase that. The fact that these blue and red lines now go to the top left corner of the target room means that there's no exit in that room that would lead back to the original room. And you can also see that the line is only colored just red or just blue if there's just a one-way exit. If we create wow. Yeah. There's another bug. Okay. Well, anyway, you can now see that the line is both blue and red. Yay. Okay, let's delete these crappy rooms. Hey, it worked. Amazing. I wonder what I'm doing now. Anyway, I think that covers the things that I forgot to mention. Yes. Oh, one more thing. You can also delete or erase rooms using the Erase Room tool, which is right here. Like this. Yay! Okay. I think that covers everything that I forgot to mention in the first part. So, let's move on to creating objects and mobiles. First of all, when you open your fantastic Visual Mod program, you can see that there's a longsword and an angry orc and an angry dwarf already created. You can just ignore these because they're just test mobs and objects for my convenience of debugging the software. So you can just delete these using the right-click menu. Alright, let's start by creating a mobile. From here in the mobiles window, clicking actions and add new mobile. The mobile, as you can see, will be added to the list, and then there will be a new mobile window opened so you can edit it. Alright, let's make this mobile an angry orc. A male angry orc. Angry orc. No, let's think of something better. There is an orc here snarling. The description is this window. This orc is very angry. Okay, let's click some flags, some pretty flags. Yay, now then. Let's make it level 20. Its alignment will be totally evil. Mob class, warrior, the position, standing, that's fine. Let's make it attack name hit. Alright, now that we've given this mobile a level, we can automatically calculate the hit roll, dam roll, hit points, damage, armor class, blah 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 blah, from using this calculate from level button. You can also edit these by hand before or after you've pressed the calculate from level button, but just remember that the calculate from level button will overwrite anything you've made here. Alright, here we have the attributes and resistance. Let's give it 5 physical resistance. And here we have a finished mobile. We don't have... once you've made all your changes, you don't actually have to save it.